Kikat, are you actually studying? Let me see that. These words are unusual. Where did you find these? A list? Let me show you a much better way to learn Korean vocabulary. 그럼 시작할까요? In this video, I'll talk about 3 things: where to find vocabulary, how to practice it, and how many words you should study. First, if you're a new beginner, I don't recommend focusing on vocabulary. Your time is much better spent on grammar, so you can actually use the words you'll learn. But don't let me tell you what to do. One of the first places you can find vocabulary is your regular grammar lessons, such as a textbook or an online curriculum. I wrote a book series of my own called Korean Made Simple, which goes from the very beginning to an intermediate level. But I also made a video that shows some free resources that I'll link in the description. Textbooks and curriculums have vocabulary, example sentences, and practice questions, but, and there's a big but, not all of the vocabulary will be useful right away. The kind of words that will help you the most will be Korean that's actually used when speaking. And the best place to find those is by speaking with Koreans and listening. Here's how. Keep a notebook handy and write down every new word you see and hear. Now, I only recommend this method to people who can already hold a conversation, because it's a lot of words. But your lists will get smaller over time. In fact, this is how I learned vocabulary when I was studying Korean. You can do this same method while watching Korean TV, but I don't recommend it for music. I also made videos about studying with TV and music, and I'll link them in the description. Another place you can find vocabulary is through frequency lists. These have the most frequently used words listed in order. Although there are tens of thousands of common Korean words, most conversations only use a few thousand over and over. So theoretically, if you learned one of these lists, you could understand a full Korean conversation. But in the real world, things don't work that way, because the lists only include vocabulary and not grammar. And frequency lists can be gigantic, with some over 6,000 words. But they're still useful when used in addition to your regular studies. Overall, the best list will be one that you make yourself, so learn words that interest you. You can visit Korean websites or watch videos in Korean about whatever you're interested in. And you're going to learn a lot faster if you're interested in the topic. There are websites and apps, but my favorite method is flashcards. I'll talk about why in a minute. First, Anki is a program for making vocabulary decks. You can add images, sounds, and example sentences. You can even download and share decks with others online. It organizes words by difficulty, so reviewing words is simple. And Memrise and Quizlet are websites with some similar features. But there's a downside to these kind of digital flashcards. Because they're so simple to use, it's easy for decks to get bloated. You can add 100 words and then immediately forget them. Vocabulary study works best when you're learning words that you can actually use. If you're making a 5,000 word deck but still speaking like a beginner, you might be wasting your time. So let's come back to paper flashcards. These take time to make, but that extra effort will actually help you to memorize them better. Let me show you how. Write each new word slowly. No need to rush. Look at the word as you write it and read it in your head. Then read the word out loud. 배. Do the same for the other side. Boat. Then, when you're reviewing, read each card slowly and say the word out loud. 배. Boat. This takes a lot longer than copying and pasting words into a computer, but you'll memorize the words much better. Another tip is to carry around a few flashcards in your pocket each day. Then you can study anywhere, whether it's on a bus or in the bathroom. And it's a lot more convenient than having to open an app or to sit down at a computer. One more thing, anytime you learn a new word, practice by making a sentence with it. Because if you can't make a simple sentence with it, that word is useless to you. You can ask a Korean friend or a pen pal to help you. For example, if you're studying 원숭이, meaning monkey, you can make a sentence as simple as this. 저는 원숭이를 먹었어요. I ate the monkey. Years ago, I made a video about studying 50 words a day, but that's way too much unless you're obsessed with Korean, like me. Instead, think of your goals for learning Korean. Do you want to have simple conversations, or do you want to be fluent? The lower your goal, the fewer words you need. I think around 3,000 to 5,000 words is enough for a basic full conversation. And for fluency, you'll need to know closer to 10,000 or more. But you can get there in small steps. Just 5 words a day will get you to 3,000 in less than 2 years. I recommend learning at least 5, but no more than 15 new words each day. Any more is going to be really hard to remember. Learning Korean takes time, and you'll get there faster if you use it efficiently. And that's it. If you're looking for some personal guidance, feel free to send me an email. Thanks for watching. And remember that I post new videos every week, so if you like what you see, click subscribe. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.